All right, Fresh. Let's move to our third game. And this is, again, another one that is, ooh, boy, howdy. Washington, the Huskies traveling to Michigan State. Both teams are 2-0. Washington is a 16-point road favorite. Again, another big time road favorite here. Over under is set at 57.5. I'll spoiler alert, I'm taking the over in this game. But Fresh, there's a lot of turmoil with Mel Tucker. Is he fired? Is he not fired? Is he suspended? What went on was what was consensual. We're not going to dive into any of that nonsense there because we're
Mm-mm.
here to talk about football. But that's a lot of nonsense going on around a program that is looking to just pull themselves off the map from last season.
I mean, look at the second they gave him that contract in 2021 was the next game they got absolutely annihilated by Ohio State in Columbus.
Yep.
They bumbled through. They beat a Pitt team where Kenny Pickett didn't play and a couple other guys didn't play. Which if they did, that wouldn't have been a ball game. And then last year was a disaster. And it's part of it. Like you hear the stories. Like, are they trying to go hard in this whole thing because they want to fire him without having to pay him for the product on the field? It's a whole mess, and I think it's a major distraction to the football program. You already have the team not performing, the players not developing that they should, and you add this in there, it becomes an angst around the program, a haze, a cloud that it it doesn't inspire top play. It keeps focus out of meetings, and you have one of the best teams in the country coming up there who has a lethal offense, and you're supposed to be a defensive mindset and a defensive team. Um, it could get ugly, and it could get ugly quick. This is a showcase game for Michael Penix Jr. and that receiving core, and Kellen DeBoer as the head coach, and the defense to get after it. Yeah, Michigan State, you're 2-0, but you beat the Fighting Jim McElwains of Central Michigan and Richmond. This isn't time Izzo time where those are basketball schools. Those are football programs that you've beaten, and it hasn't been that impressive or that decisive. It You're telling me with that product you have in the field right now, plus what's going on, you're going to show up and take out Washington? Not a chance. Last year you were 2-0 and you went out to Washington and you were all cocky, and that's when Kellen DeBoer and Michael Penix Jr. made their announcement to the world that they were here. I don't think they're going to get taken to the woodshed in this game. I think they're going to keep their foot down, and the Huskies are going to roll. They're going to cover, and they're going to hit the over on their own. They're not going to need the Spartans to show up and add in points. They're going to put it all down because this is a chance again where they're a future Big Ten rival. This is a statement for the Big Ten. This is a statement for recruiting that we are coming. If you want to come play Big Ten football, you come play for the Huskies and not for the Spartans. East Lansing is not the place for you. And next time you come back, we're going to do the same thing. So this is a statement game for the future of the Big Ten because they are a new opponent, not just for this Saturday, but for the next 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 years. This is a big deal. I It's a mess at Michigan State, and I don't see a light at the end of the tunnel in any case because the situations outside of the football, on the field product are bad. The on the field product right now is hit or miss. It's going to be ugly. Sparty fans, get ready for basketball season. You're only a couple weeks away, but even then, you won't make it to the Final Four and won't win a title because no Big Ten team does anymore. Um, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad, and the Huskies are going to roll.
All right, Fresh. Washington has 5 wide receivers and 4 tight ends that have caught passes this season. They got nine players who are natural pass catchers. Out of those 9 players, how many of them are averaging less than 10 yards a catch?
Zero.
Only one, and it's Quentin Moore, who has 1 catch for 8 yards on the season. Everyone else every main target in that offense is averaging over 10 yards a catch in that. That's insane right now. That all of these guys, and what they're doing is throwing the ball downfield and just making you continuously press up against them. I'm really challenged to see like a flaw in their passing attack. If I'm Washington in this game, I'm going in this to work on my running game. Will Nixon has been the leading running back right now. He's only had 12 carries in 2 games this year. 78 yards. Yeah, that's a 6.5 yard per carry. I need to see more out of that. I need to see them just, I really need to see him have a 100-yard rushing game. Penix Jr. has done everything that we talked about. He's turned more into a pocket passer, picking up right where he left off last year. He's still my Heisman vote. Like, dude's got 8 touchdowns, 1 interception on the year. He's only taken a single sack. He's completing 73% of his passes, and he's closing on 900 yards passing in 2 games. Grant, yes, I know Washington hasn't played anybody really that great. But going against Michigan State, this is a legit test, I guess, because Michigan State is 2-0. And Michigan State, with all of their issues, they do have 10 sacks on the year. So they could get some pressure on Penix, especially without that running game. If you know that they're not a threat, you can blitz them. But that's going to put the secondary, and a secondary that is really kind of piecemealed together from last year, kind of out on an island there. So that scares me a little bit. A name to watch, and I hope that this kid continues to improve, continues to get better, because he could definitely be someone that we talk about either this year or next year. Could be a real exciting name, is Nathan Carter for the Spartans. I really like this kid as running back. He reminds me a little bit of Kenneth Walker III. This kid is a tough runner. He's power runner on this one. He's got 224 yards rushing already. And the kid's only 5'10", 200 pounds, but he just runs with that kind of different toughness that we see from running backs, especially what we would expect for a Michigan State running back there as well. I think if Michigan State could shut out all the noise, if they shut out all the noise, all the nonsense, and kind of stay to a traditional way, they could hang around for a couple of quarters with Washington. I think Washington's got way too high-powered of an offense to keep up with them. But I could see this game being tight at halftime. I could see it being a touchdown game at halftime. I'm with you, Fresh. I'm hammering the over in this game, that 57.5 points right there. Washington's averaging 50 points a game themselves. I mean, and Michigan State's at home. If Washington goes into to East Lansing and just completely boat races the Spartans and shuts them out and wins like 50-0, then not only Mel Tucker should be fired, but like the whole coaching staff should be fired. Like, just shut down the program there now. I don't think that's going to happen. I like Washington, the points in this game. I'm high on the Huskies this year. I'm riding that one. But I really do. I would be hammering the over in this game. Like, that 57.5 doesn't scare me one bit. I know that is a lot of points, but realistically, I think that that's a great number that you could really hit the over very easily. I wouldn't be shocked if they hit that over in the third quarter of this game as well.
Oh yeah, this could be even a backups getting the whole fourth quarter action.
Right. Washington's got to have a better pass rush, though. Only 3 sacks on the year. I need to
Yeah, I
see
think
more out of
Trice
Trice.
definitely needs some more to Trice. This actually might be that game where you get a couple in there early and really make your statement.
Right. And we'll see what comes up out of them, because, they really haven't had to play anybody right